Lithium is the 9th most expensive mineral in the world, according to geologyscience.com. And Ghana has discovered lithium in commercial quantities. The country will begin mining it very soon. But many Ghanaians are unhappy with the lithium contract between the company going to mine this mineral and the government of Ghana.
Now, government has granted Barari DV Ghana Limited, a subsidiary of Atlantic Lithium Limited, a 15-year mining lease to commence the mining of lithium at Ewoya in the Mfantsiman municipality of the Central Region.
I want this message to get through to Australia Embassy and then their government. And I want to ask them, say, omo country no, omo team no, omo minerals, omo wo no, how many foreigners own it, and how many foreigners are controlling or managing their resources now? Omo wo omo krom. They should come and tell me. I'm asking Australian president if he should discover lithium in his country. Would he call Ghanaians to come and own it, and he will tell us how to do what to do with the money? It's a pity and it is sad.
So, in today's video, we would like to share with you everything about the discovered lithium in Ghana and whether it's going to be a game changer for the country or another resource curse like the gold the country is blessed with. But before we start everything, please don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. Thank you very much for your liking. Now, let's dive into it. In the late 15th century, European explorers were exploring the African continent and they arrived at this place. When they arrived here, they suddenly became attracted to the place because they found large supplies and a market for gold. So they named the region Gold Coast and began trading with the local people over there. This is the place we know today as Ghana. At the beginning, it was just trade between them and the local people, but later they established mining operations and eventually established colonial rule. During the colonial era, European companies largely controlled gold mining operations in the country. These companies extracted great profit whilst leaving minimal benefits for the local population. But in 1957, Ghana broke from colonial rule, meaning the country gained independence from its colonial masters, the British. The newly independent government took control of the country's natural resources, including gold. However, the gold mining industry remained largely dominated by foreign companies, and Ghana continued to face challenges in capturing a fair share of the profits from its gold exports. According to the Ghana Revenue Authority, the government of Ghana is entitled to just 5% of royalties on the total revenue from mining companies operating in the country. It has been like this for decades in many countries blessed with natural resources like this on our beautiful African continent. But now it seems things are changing.
I want to submit that the Africa today is fundamentally different from the Africa 50 years ago. We tend to be too hard on ourselves. Africa is different.
Yes, because there are new sets of mineral resources known as green minerals. These minerals are also referred to as future minerals because they are a group of minerals essential for the transition to clean energy technologies. These minerals are for producing batteries, electric vehicles, wind turbines, solar panels, and other components of renewable energy systems. Some examples of green minerals are lithium, cobalt, copper, bauxite, and manganese. The demand for these minerals has increased significantly, and Ghana is again blessed with these minerals. But in this video, we are going to talk about the country's lithium. Yes, I mean this mineral, because it is the key ingredient in rechargeable batteries for electric cars, laptops, smartphones, and other electronic devices. It is also used in the production of glass, ceramics, and medicines to treat bipolar disorder. The demand for lithium is growing significantly as many countries are looking to phase out fossil fuel cars very soon. The first discovery of lithium in Ghana was in 1956. However, it was not until 2018 that the government of Ghana openly announced that the country had discovered lithium in commercial quantities. The lithium was found right here at Ewoya in the central region of the beautiful country. So whenever a mineral like this is found in a country, the government of the country takes some 6 steps. And these steps are: 1. Assess the extent of the mineral deposits. The second step is to determine the economic viability of mining the mineral. The third one is to develop a plan for mining the mineral in a sustainable and environmentally responsible manner. And the next one is to negotiate with mining companies to develop the mineral deposits. The next step is to monitor the mining operation to ensure that it is being conducted in accordance with the agreed upon plan. And the last one is to collect taxes and royalties from the mining company to invest in development of the country. So now, let's talk about this and see what the government of Ghana has done so far with the found lithium in the country. Ghana's lithium deposit is estimated to be 35.3 million tons of lithium oxide. With this, Ghana could generate nearly $5 billion in revenue, which is considered to be one of the largest undeveloped lithium deposits in the world. Now, let's talk about the negotiation. I hope you remember what I told you at the beginning of the video, that the government of Ghana is entitled to just 5% of royalties from mining operations in the country. Well, things are changing this time around with the green minerals. Yes, the government of Ghana has granted a 15-year lithium mining license to an Australian company called Atlantic Lithium Limited to mine this found lithium. And instead of the 5% royalties, the company will pay 10% royalty rate on all lithium production. Apart from this, the government of Ghana will have a 13% free carried interest in the project. This means that the government will own a 13% stake in the project without having to invest any capital into it. Again, the contract comes with something called Community Development Fund. With this, the company will pay 1% of its revenue into a community development fund. This fund will be used to finance projects that benefit the local community where the lithium is being mined. The next amazing thing in this contract is called local listing. With this, Atlantic Lithium will be required to list on the Ghana Stock Exchange. This will help local Ghanaians to buy and own shares in the company to increase transparency and accountability in the project. And the last one is value addition. On 27 July 2023, Ghana's cabinet approved a policy to ban the importation of raw green minerals, including lithium. This is to help maximize the value of the country's natural resources. This policy is part of the government's strategy to develop a domestic manufacturing industry to create jobs for its citizens.
We are not committing ourselves to lithium in any form or shape. The idea is that we should put in place the policy first, and announce it to the international investor community, so everybody knows if you are coming to Ghana to partner with the Ghanaian people and their government in the exploitation of our lithium resources or green minerals generally, this is our policy. Indeed. And at the heart of that policy is to say that as much as possible, we retain a significant proportion of the value chain. And if you want to hear me loud and clear, under no circumstance will we export our lithium resources in their raw form. We will not. Indeed. Or export our green minerals in their raw form.
So, Atlantic Lithium is required to invest in a lithium processing plant in Ghana to process every lithium they are going to mine in the country to ensure that Ghana receives a fair share of the benefits from its lithium. Let's hear something small on this from the Ghanaian Minister responsible for lands and natural resources, Honorable Samuel Abu Jinapo.
And today, I am happy to report through you to the country on behalf of the President and his government that we are granting to the company, Atlantic Lithium, the mining to commence the construction of the mining of lithium in our country. For the avoidance of doubt, this is the first lease granted for the mining of lithium in our country. This is going to be the first lithium project in Ghana. and distinguished guests, the lease we are signing today, I should emphasize, differs from our standard mining lease. Standard mining lease we've been signing for many years in respect of gold, manganese, bauxite, and other known minerals in our country is fundamentally different from the one we are going to sign today. And as I've explained, this is because of the policy approved by Cabinet, which is to say that green minerals are to be treated differently. And if you want, for want of a better expression, the mistakes which were made in the past, in the past, will not be repeated with respect to the green minerals of our country. And so the lease we are signing today, as I've indicated, among others, has innovative provisions such as, and I'll list them copiously, such as 1, an increase in royalties rate from the standard 5% to 10%. The company will therefore pay 10% royalties on all minerals mined. 2, an increase in the state-free carried interest from 10% to 13%. Government will therefore hold 13% shares in the company, which we will not pay for, but will be entitled to dividends and other rights. 3, an additional government participation through the acquisition of shares. Thus, in addition to the 13% shares, government, through the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIF, will acquire additional 6% shares in the mining company and 3.06% shares in the holding company, which is listed on the Australian and London Stock Exchange. This will bring government's interest in the company to 19% in the local company and 3.06% in the foreign holding company. Additionally, government and MIF will have representations on the board of both the local company and the foreign company to protect government's interests. To ensure that other interested Ghanaians benefit from this mining operation, the company will list on the Ghana Stock Exchange, and their shares will be made available to Ghanaian entities and individuals, including SNIT, pension funds, and other high-income individuals. In addition to all taxes, royalties, and levies, including 1% growth and sustainability levy, the company, Atlantic Lithium, will also pay 1% of its revenue into a community development fund to be utilized for the development of communities impacted by their operations. In terms of value addition, the company has committed to complete a feasibility study for the establishment of a chemical plant within 4 months of the signing of the lease, that is.
But with all this in the contract, many Ghanaians have criticized it for the 13% royalty rate Ghana will receive from the project. According to them, the 13% is still small for a mineral like lithium, which is a critical mineral. So that is all for today's episode. Please let us know your thoughts and suggestions on this inside the comment section below. My name is Sheriff Haruna. Have a joyful life and see you in our next video. Mackerel.